How's it going? Hope you're doing well. We are live. We got Steve Defi in the house. How's it going, mate?
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Awesome to be on with you. Excited to share. Man, awesome stuff. Good to be with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, same, man. I'm looking forward to Bitcoin Genie. I spent the last few hours doing the drawings and everything. There is quite a bit in here, I have to say. It's it's quite packed with a lot of details. So hopefully we can go them one by one. The the drawing looks kind of messy, but I think if we go one by one, I think we're gonna get through this. Anyway, probably to just get started, how are things on your end, man? How is life treating you?
Brilliant. I've been traveling in Asia where I spent most of my life. So I just got back. So I'm still adjusting, but I've taken some some stuff, some blue stuff and things to help. But yeah, in life things are brilliant. Excited what's going on. My little one is 3 now. It's amazing to see him grow, actually. That's one of the most exciting things, to see him develop, grow. He's reading. So, but
Right.
yeah, life's great, man.
Oh, fantastic, man. Sounds good, man. I just came back from like a week of traveling a little bit. I did get a little sick now, so even today I was like, should I?
Ah,
But I woke up and I'm like, I feel kind of okay today, so I thought I
yeah.
might as well do the interview with you today.
Oh yeah, man. Good. I'm glad you're recovering.
Yeah, so we're seeing here Mackenzie in the house. Let's fucking go.
Ah,
Absolutely. And then we have Rich Landon says, hello, everyone. Uh, yeah, sounds good. So if I check, it seems like the sound is clear. Rich is saying sound is clear. And we are both live on Twitter and also on your end, I think, Steve, as well, it seems.
yes, live on my socials too.
Lovely. Fantastic. All right. I mean, hey, let's not lose too much time because there is actually quite a bit on the Bitcoin Genie today. So, as you know me, let me just share my screen and then we're going to get started straight away, actually. So, let me see. I think this is the best way. Yeah. I mean, if you're listening in, if you like what you're saying, don't like to subscribe, like with the bell button. I was told to say that because I don't say that normally. So anyway, and also visit titanexcept.com and yeah, the premium issue like as well. So I think yeah, we're just gonna start with the elevator pitch. Probably that's gonna be the easiest for you, Steve, and then we're gonna go into the mechanics. There is quite a bit here, so we're gonna go step by step so that everybody understands. So my goal is actually just like so that people understand what's exactly it's going on, and then they can make their own decision. And then
Mm,
lastly, I think the main part is probably the magic carpet ride. Probably
yeah,
we're gonna go through that independently of them all, so people can
yeah,
understand it. But
yeah.
I
Superb.
believe to have understood it, but I think along the interview we're going to find out if I really understood it or not. So,
Yes,
so anyway,
yes.
Steve, I let's just get started with the Bitcoin Genie elevator pitch. I did write
Right.
some few points here, but I guess I'll give it to you, my friend.
Yeah. So, bit. I'm very excited about Bitcoin Genie. I think it adds something unique, innovative, brand new in the DeFi space. It's simple, simple with very exciting depth. But I just want to make sure that it is simple, but it has depth. Eric gave me a call last week, and I was explaining it to him, and he said, "Wow, this is complex." I was like, it makes sound complex, but it's simple." So, what is Bitcoin Genie? And I'm incredibly excited about this protocol. I actually developed other protocols which I coded, even some audited. I ditched them. I spent weeks soul searching, and I wasn't going to launch anything unless it was something new, innovative, that got me excited. That got me out of bed. This gets me out of bed. And I spent weeks and weeks and weeks developing this, thinking constantly. and Bitcoin Genie. So Bitcoin Genie, Bitcoin is in the name. Genie, great for marketing, but Bitcoin is central in Bitcoin Genie. One word to describe Bitcoin Genie, it's a reward protocol. It is a reward protocol. Reward like Blaze, but totally different. It's a reward protocol. It's about rewards payout at the Bitcoin halving in 2028 of Bitcoin, ETH, and Titan X. Bitcoin Genie is a rewards protocol that has an end date at the 2028 Bitcoin halving. It ends and the rewards are just distributed. To participate in those rewards, you must stay staked until the 2028 Bitcoin halving to get the rewards. That is the magic carpet ride. That's what it's called in the protocol. You stay on the magic carpet till the Bitcoin halving to get the rewards. You stay on the magic carpet to the 2028 Bitcoin halving and you get the rewards. Or you jump off that magic carpet anytime on the way to the Bitcoin halving because the contract bribes you daily with Genie tokens. So every day, Genie tokens are issued to all on the magic carpet ride. Those Genie tokens are accrued and they can be claimed at any time. But to claim them, you jump off the magic carpet. So it's an either or. You either stay to the Bitcoin halving and claim Bitcoin, Ethereum, Titan X rewards, or you jump off the magic carpet for the Genie tokens. It's a choice. It's a choice. So Bitcoin Genie is a rewards protocol. It's a reward pool protocol. You stay in the system to claim the rewards at the 2028 Bitcoin halving, or you end stake basically and collect your accrued Genie tokens. Okay. So what I just described is the what. That's the what. It's the simplicity of Bitcoin Genie. It's the what. The how is the mechanics, which we'll talk about soon. So Bitcoin Genie, just to add here too, it's a gamified utility. I've talked about that genre a lot. I made it up. Gamified utility. It's a game. The game aspect is the magic carpet ride. You stay on the magic carpet ride or you get off the magic carpet ride. The utility aspect is it is the focus of in Bitcoin Genie mechanics. It's collateral based backing and yield generation. So Bitcoin Genie sets itself apart from Vault. It sets itself apart from the circus, a circus type of protocol. It's not it's more of a long game. It's a collateral backing because in Vault, let's say, in a buy and burn protocol, when the buy and burn is 90%, when the buy and burn runs out, all that's left in the protocol is the liquidity pool and the token. That's it. So it's more than a meme coin like that. It's a collateral backing and yield generation because the reward pool creates yield for the protocol. And the last thing to say on this elevator pitch, which is important, is it's a user-focused protocol. I'm not interested in making a protocol where the primary focus is not the user of the protocol itself. So, example, a protocol can be created and I can benefit by not going into the protocol, by it burning my bags of Titan X. This protocol, the user loses zero value because the benefit to Titan X comes from the yield the protocol produces. It's a win-win scenario. Almost, you could say, a zero leakage. It's a win-win. The user of the protocol wins because they're coming in with their value knowing it's not being diluted. And they know that Titan X is benefiting, Vault is benefiting by the yield the, the protocol produces. And that's very, very important because in every protocol, what I look at is how value goes in, how value circulates, and how value exits. So this is designed with a user in mind because it's a protocol I want to use because I don't want value leakage. But it's clever how the yield generation helps Titan X, helps Vault. It's zero. It's almost a zero leakage, and it's even more than zero leakage. It it funds the protocol too. So we get into that mechanic. That's a very important thing to say about Bitcoin Genie. So Mike, that was
But
the elevator pitch.
yeah,
How
that's a
was it?
long
How did
elevator.
that
I'm
go?
telling you, that was a long elevator ride. But
Well, I tried to be as simple as possible. I was trying
no
to be as
worries.
simple as possible. But
No worries.
it's a reward pool protocol that ends at the Bitcoin halving,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
2028.
That was like the elevator ride in the Burj Khalifa. It takes a bit.
That was more like a roller coaster ride. But
Fantastic. All right.
yeah,
I think it's somewhat clear now for the people
yeah,
out there is like what this protocol is about to do or what's the intention of this protocol. So we're gonna jump now into the mechanics, right? Because once again, it's you're somewhat gonna participate and you're gonna receive those tokens. And how do you receive those tokens? In there's definitely some few mechanics on the way. And one of the things which I have written here is mining, so the virtual mining as we know it. And then there's also auction here as well. So there is something between the mining and the auction, as we can see. But let's get now to the nitty gritty stuff. So the Bitcoin Genie mechanics. So as you can see, there's going to be a mining, but the mining is going to be from day 1 to day 10.
that's
And
right.
from day 11 onwards, it's going to be an auction. But let's focus now on the day 1 to day 10 of the mining protocol itself. So,
Yes.
um, okay, there's gonna be a little bit too many things here on. So I'm gonna try not to show as much so that people don't get confused in a way. Do you see it clearly, Steve?
Yeah, all clear for me.
Yeah, is it big enough?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So I mean, this is how I understood it. So maybe I'm gonna mention some few things here, and then we're gonna go some of these points as well. But essentially, what I'm seeing is that um, the total supply of Genie is capped after day 10. You can create 1 day miner or a 15 to 30-day miner. So there's only essentially like two options, right?
Mhm.
Either like 1 day miner, or you create a 15-day miner, a 15 up to 30-day miner. That's clear, right? And
Yes.
and
Yes.
the
So,
way
yeah.
and the way you interact with the protocol is that you as the user, you send in ETH that gets distributed to different points. We're going to talk about that. And at the end of the miner, you either going to one, you can just claim to get your miner, or you burn your tokens and you're going to get one-to-one magic points. And this is how you
Mm,
enter the magic carpet ride. We're going
mm.
to talk about the magic carpet ride a bit later in detail, but essentially this is how it initially works. So maybe Steve, can you explain probably some of these distributions here? Because yeah, I think probably so that it's a little bit clear.
Absolutely.
Or you
Absolutely.
can just go through the
Brilliant.
whole thing what I said, and probably on
Brilliant.
your own words probably was best.
Yeah. Brilliant. Like, brilliant. You just nailed it. Brilliant diagram. Brilliant diagram. So, Genie, it's a 10-day mining protocol which determines how much the supply of Genie will be, and then the supply is permanently capped. After day 40, all the supply is on the market because all miners are claimed at day 40. So on day 1 to 10, you have the option to create a miner for Genie tokens. There's a bonus if you want to delay your gratification and mine for 15 days. and the bonus is 2% a day. So 15 day 15 it's 2% and it goes up 2% a day to day 30. Very simple. So maximum 32. Maximum is a 32%. Another thing is every day the mining cost increases by 5%. So there's a slight incentivization to get in early, and there's an incentivization to delay your gratification. But this is game theory. This is intentional. This is very intentional how this mining takes place, because the buy and burn is going every day. You have the option to shoot for the buy and burn in a way to exit your value, or delay your gratification and get more Genie tokens, which gives you more access to the Bitcoin reward pool. So it's a cap supply after 10 days and of Genie tokens. So input is ETH. How is ETH distributed? In Bitcoin Genie, there's basically, there's day 1 to 10, 60% goes into the reward pool. On day 11 onwards, when vault style auctions take place, so it becomes just a vault style auction from day 11 onwards. On that, it's 70% of value in goes into the reward pool. So in this protocol, when you enter, the majority of what value you bring in it ends up in the reward pool. That's a key. That's a key. So the distribution of the ETH is majority, the lion's share goes into the reward pool. There's 8% for liquidity, same as Vault. You got to take liquidity seriously, so for people to be able to sell. So 8% for liquidity, 8% for the affiliate incentivization, which is a gamified affiliate called Aladdin's Gold affiliate, which helps the marketing, and it's a reward pool that is distributed every 7 days.
Yes.
And you get gold points for every dollar that you refer into it. And it's you have that gold points forever, which has a kind of a vesting. But we're getting into that.
Yeah. I have that as a separate point as well.
Yeah. It's a key point. So 8% goes into the affiliate. So in Bitcoin Genie, you have this 2028 Bitcoin halving massive reward pool, but you also have this every 7 days a reward pool, but it's an affiliate reward pool, independent of your Genie token. 20% in the first 10 days is into the buy and burn. After day 11, on day 11 onwards, with perpetual auctions, it's 10% into the buy and burn. It's a totally decentralized buy and burn, which is kind of I really like decentralized buy and burns, because you know what's going to happen tomorrow. And 35% of the value of the buy and burn is used every single day. So whatever's in there, 35% will be used every single day. So that's the rules of the buy and burn. Genesis, 4% to pay for this stuff, to get it built. I cut it from 8 to 4 just because I wanted more affiliate commission. So that was why I cut that from 8 to 4. That is the distribution of the ETH. First 10 days, the reward is in Bitcoin. On day 11 onwards, half the reward is in Bitcoin, goes into WBTC, Bitcoin. The other half is placed into a Titan X Ethereum full range V3.
All right, Steve, just 1 second before you continue, because I have that all drawn out actually.
Brilliant.
So we can actually have
we'll leave it there. So we've talked about the distribution of the ETH,
exactly,
and the cap supply of the Genie token so far.
Exactly. Yeah. So now essentially here, so this is day 1 to day 10 is the mining, where 60% of the ETH gets swapped for a RABBTC and gets sent to the Genie reward pool. Essentially.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then on the day 11 onwards, we have this auction, which is just like a vault auction, essentially. where this is, we call this now the gene treasury in some ways, right? And
That's right.
40% initially gets sent to swap for RABTC, gets sent to the Genie reward pool. This is basically the pool, the staking pool, which is going to be distributed in the 2028 Bitcoin halving. Is that correct?
That's exactly correct. The Genie reward pool includes and all the Titan X distributed at the 2028 Bitcoin halving.
Okay. All right. So I think, okay, so essentially the distribution between the mining and the auction, the only difference is that so here the buy and burn, it's now 10%, which was 20% in the mining, and then 8% to the affiliate and 8% to liquidity stays the same. So I think let's now speak about the Titanix web pool here.
Yes, right. So the Titan X WETH pool is a reward pool containing Titan X and Ethereum, which is placed into a full range V3 liquidity position until the 2028 Bitcoin halving, when it's distributed to all stakers of Genie. So in that time, it's generating fees for the protocol. So a massive amount of value of coming into the protocol is placed into this Titan X ETH pool, which is the first protocol to actually focus on the Titan X ETH pool to make it wider. Because when you have a buy and burn, it's just going up vertically. It's not affecting the horizontal width of the pool, but this is just making it thicker. So depending the value that comes in is to determine the thickness of the pool. And the amount of value that comes in can be up to 70%. So this 35% of the value on day 11 can go up to a maximum of 70%. And that's where the DAO comes in. So depending on the type of user that comes to this protocol and what they want in the reward pool, they can vote every month to increase the Titan X ETH pool or increase the amount of Bitcoin. So they have a choice. The users of the protocol can choose what they want. But the Titan X ETH pool is creating yield, and that yield is used. The ETH goes into to buy Bitcoin for the protocol rewards, to increase protocol rewards. The Titan X, 20% is staked. So 20%, so staked Titan X and burnt Titan X is equivalent. So we're staking the Titan X, 20% of that Titan X that the fees generate, and targeting the 888-day Titan X ETH pool, which will go directly into the rewards. So that's what I mean. There's no leakage in this protocol. It's a win for Titan X. It's off the market. It's staked permanently forever. But Bitcoin Genie users will have access to some of the ETH, depending how much Titan X is staked. So 20% of the yield is staked permanently. And the ETH from the Titan X reward pool brought into the protocol. Another 20% is buying Vault and sending that Vault to the Treasure Vault. And then the 60% is just buy and burning Genie token. So it's a perpetual bid on Vault, and it's a perpetual bid on staking Titan X.
All right.
Yeah.
So probably let me try to summarize essentially what you just said there, which is initially 30% of on day 11, essentially when the auction starts, any ETH coming in, 30% of that will go to the Titanix web pool. It will create a full range position in the Titanix web pool, and all the fees are harvested once a week. The ETH, 100% of the ETH will be used to swap for RABTC and send to the Genie reward pool. And the rest The rest, which is the Titanic's, 20% of that will be permanently staked, and so that you participate in the 888 ETH payout pool. And that ETH, when that gets that ETH will be also sent to the Genie reward pool, essentially, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, okay. And then 20% of the Titanic's buys Vault and sends that to the Treasure Vault, and 60% of that essentially gets sent to the buy and burn. But the buy and burn,
Yeah.
essentially, when it buys and burns, 20% goes to this daily drip. We're going to talk about that a bit later. 30% gets sent to the Genie treasury, which is just the auction, essentially. And 50% of that gets burned. But this is the buy and burn, essentially, what this does.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly what happens.
Okay. So let me ask you another question. Um, you mentioned, so this LP full range pool, will this be dissolved also on the Bitcoin halving, or will
Hun-
this just stay?
100%. At the Bitcoin halving,
Yeah.
that LP position is withdrawn and issued to the Genie stakers.
Okay, okay, it will be issued to the Genie stakers. But is there going to be a locked Genie pool as well?
Well, so on the Bitcoin halving 2028, you're going to get the Bitcoin rewards,
Yes.
WBTC. The LP pool between ETH and Titanx is withdrawn and distributed. So you get ETH and Titanx.
Okay,
And
this
all the
basically this one.
accrued Genie tokens
Hmm.
that the contract was trying to bribe the person with to get off the magic carpet,
Hmm.
you're giving them to. And the protocol ends. That is the end of the protocol. The end
Okay.
date for the protocol is the 2028 Bitcoin halving. It's the ending. It's a protocol with an ending. I want to, instead of making protocols which go on forever, which kind of just fade, has a def,
Hmm.
defined ending, a vision, something to focus on. You're focusing on the 2028 Bitcoin halving, and I want people to hold. This is a
Hmm.
protocol that I designed to help in a way. It's not it's a long vision protocol,
Hmm.
because you want to have something on the Bitcoin halving. I mean, if the 4-year cycle continues and it hasn't ended, the Bitcoin halving is just before a big pump. So it's the best time to sell is a year after the Bitcoin halving. So you've got your Bitcoin, which is you've gone through a bear and not sold, but you've got your Bitcoin waiting. You got a vision. You got a focus right there. It's an
Okay.
ending. Yeah.
Okay, but you're saying it's ending, but the thing is, the Genie Titanic's pool is still going to be there, so the token is
Yes,
still going to exist.
absolutely. That is just going to be that will just exist as a meme coin going forward. But the protocol itself, it's like the end.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah.
All right.
There's no more auctions. There's no more value going in. It's an ending. You can consider it ended, and that is just a leftover pool, which might be small because people might just sell their Genie tokens for Titan X.
Fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. One thing I thought would just be that the at the end, when you stay until the end, the Genie tokens will also just be burned.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That would
It's,
have been
yeah,
probably also not nice, because then there's only the supply which is on the open market, and then it can start trading. But
yeah,
anyhow,
yeah,
it's just thought. So, all right. Hopefully, this is somewhat clear now to some people out there. I know my
yeah.
drawings today, they're a little bit, yeah, they're not as clear probably, because I was just the last few hours myself trying to understand the whole protocol. But as far I understood, there's going to be mining, and then there's going to be an auction. And yeah, the first 10 days, the ETH, 60% of ETH is just going to buy. Is he going to buy directly, like, I mean, in an interval, rapid DC, or are you going to
Yeah.
DCA in until 2028?
Oh, good question. Good question. It's going to DCA in over a number of days, just days from a
Days.
decentralized buy and burn. Yeah.
Okay. But so what do you mean? Like, so let's say the first 10 days, how long is it going to take until you buy up the whole thing?
It will probably be every 5 minutes. I mean, the liquidity with ETH BTC is so thick. You don't
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
worry too much.
Mhm.
So it's just going to be over hours. It's going to be just the ETH will be swapped into BTC. It's not this
Gotcha.
massive DCA over several months. It's just going to be
Mhm.
within hours. All the ETH has bought the BTC.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Um, the Titan X, buying the Titan X a little bit longer because the liquidity is thin. So
Yeah, yeah.
you don't want too much slippage. So the Titan X will have a longer, there'll be a cap, and it would just, 1,000, there'll be a certain cap that we put on
Mhm.
for
Oh,
Titan X.
for
So Titan
the
X
for
might,
the Titanic's wealth pool, you mean, right?
yes.
Okay.
So the ETH used to buy the Titan X
Yeah, yeah.
is going
Gotcha.
to be, yeah, it's not going to be so quick. It's going to be a bit slower. I don't want to pump the pool. Or, maybe there'll be nothing that comes in, but it needs to be a bit slower. The liquidity is 300,000 sell side. So you just
Okay.
gotta, yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Just
yeah.
like, yeah, slowly, slowly picking up. All right. Okay. Good. I mean, essentially, you're gonna start buying it up, but it's going to be ending on the same pool again, actually, for the full range position.
Yeah, owned by the protocol. Yeah, it's
Mm.
gonna be buffering up that Titan X Ethereum liquidity pool. It's gonna be buffering
Gotcha.
it up, which is kind of, I think, one of the most important things. And if you talk about Titan X ecosystem, that's the
Mhm.
most important thing for me is
Mhm.
buffering that pool, making it a bit thicker. Because
Gotcha.
yeah,
Mhm.
for me personally, I like to see that. That's why I built that in, because I want to see that bit thicker.
Fair
At
enough.
least
Yeah. And
do what I can to make it thicker.
fair enough. I mean, it's going to be a full range anyway. But I mean, one of the question is the DAO will have to vote every month. So
Right.
essentially, it could also be initially it's going to be 30%, but it could also be zero. Is that correct?
It potentially could be zero. It could be 70% to zero, and that depends on the people that come in the protocol. So
Okay.
it's it's a DAO, decentralized,
Hmm.
and the people can choose what they want. It's the only thing that the DAO does,
Hmm.
but the people who have the magic points are the ones that can choose the reward they get. So
Gotcha.
they're gonna decide if they want more Bitcoin, more Titan X, more Ethereum.
Gotcha. All right. So probably another question is here the Genie Treasury. From what I read,
Mm.
it's that 7% of the mine tokens are minted to the Genie Treasury.
Yeah, over the first few days, over the first 3 days.
Okay.
So it's filled up. The Genie Treasury is filled up. 7% of all mine tokens on the first 3 days
Hmm.
are placed there. Then this is the key. This is one of the key innovations of the whole system that I'm going to share right now. When you claim your miner, okay, you have the option to claim your Genie tokens or burn your Genie tokens for magic points. So when you claim Genie tokens, whether it's for mining or auction, when you claim your Genie tokens, there's two buttons. One button, you get liquid Genie tokens. The other button burns 100% of those Genie tokens and you get magic points in those place. Okay. The
Hmm.
magic points is what is required to access the Bitcoin reward pool.
I
Okay.
have that as an extra point. We're going to talk
Yeah.
about that, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to talk about that. But essentially, this is so when you claim, you have two options. One, the normal way, you just get your Genie at the miner
Yes.
end, or you burn and you're gonna get 1-to-1 magic points, and then you enter the
That's right.
magic carpet ride. Essentially,
Exactly.
you're staking your Genie tokens.
Essentially, but different. You're literally exchanging your Genie tokens for magic points, which is not a token, it's a points.
It's
It's
a
on
point
chain.
system, yeah,
Point
but it's like
system.
shares.
Shares,
Yeah,
exactly. Shares of the reward pool.
yeah.
And those Genie tokens, 100% is burnt, 50% burnt,
Hmm.
30% fills the treasury for the auctions, and 20% goes into the daily drip, which is the bribing system to try and knock people off the magic carpet. The daily
Fantastic.
drip is a bribe system which bribes daily in a decentralized way. The contract is trying to make you claim your these accrued Genie tokens, which is given you every day.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about magic copyright and daily bribes or daily drips just in a bit. I think let's probably just go to the buy and burn, and then we're gonna go to the magic copyright where we also have the daily drip, the reward, and some of other things here. But let's probably just jump. Essentially, here the mining and the auction. I think we went through that, and I think that's somewhat. I think it's clear for everybody. I don't see any questions per se, so I hope that's all clear to other people. So maybe just before we jump to the magic carpet, right? Probably just a little bit about the buy and burn here.
Yes, the buy and burn. So the buy and burn is a straight functions like you're familiar with in Vault.
Mhm.
And the buy and burn doesn't need to be massive because there's so much being burnt from people entering the magic carpet ride. To enter the magic carpet ride, you burn all your tokens.
Mhm.
So the buy and burn is, first 10 days, 20% of protocol value in buy and burn. From day 11,
mining, right?
10%. And the value of the buy and burn, 35% is used every single day. So in Bitcoin Genie, the tokenomics are all laid out so everyone knows exactly what's going to happen. So there's no surprises. And I've tried to make it exhaustive, even though the protocol's simple. I'm going to drop the white paper after this call.
Mm-hmm.
It's propagating right now, but I'll drop it and you can read every aspect of the tokenomics. So everyone knows the rules of the game. But the buy and burn is just simple buy and burn. It's Titan X. So 20% of everything, all the ETH that comes in is going to buy Titan X, and that Titan X is going to buy Genie because the LP is Titan X Genie. So that is just going to function the same as a Vault buy and burn. Every 5 minutes, that's 288 times a day, and 35% of the protocol value daily is divided into 288 intervals every 5 minutes.
35% every 5 minutes, right?
35% daily divided into 288 intervals, which works out every 5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Fantastic. I think that's pretty much clear. Probably, I mean, for some of the people who are somewhat new here, the buy and burns, how they work, probably just a quick recap. So essentially here in this Genie buy and burn, ETH is sitting there, which 20% from the mining and 10% from the auction basically is in here. And that ETH gets used every 5 minutes. It buys Titanix from the Titanix wet pool, and then it buys Genie from the Genie Titanix pool. And not 100% of that gets burned, but only 50%. 20% gets sent to the daily drip. This is the daily bribing, essentially, for you to exit the Moji carpet ride, which we're going to talk in a bit. And then the other 30%, it gets sent to the Genie treasury, and that's like the auction. So this is where the perpetual auction gets fed, essentially, from the buy and burn as well. I think that's pretty much clear. For people who are new, this is just a quick recap. And people who are already in the ecosystem, I think they know how these buy and burns and work. They're very similar to each other. So let's go now to the magic carpet ride. All right, Steve. So this is probably just a quick recap as well regarding the magic carpet ride. I think, Steve, you mentioned earlier regarding mining, right? So you have two options here. Once your miner ends, right? One is the normal one, which you just claim your Genie tokens at the miner end, and then the other one is you burn your Genie tokens for magic points. And this is how you enter the magic carpet ride. The magic points is essentially, it determines your share of the Genie reward pool.
Exactly. So this is a central innovation in Bitcoin Genie, is to enter the Magic Carpet ride, which gives you access to the Bitcoin pool, you need magic points. The only way to get magic points is to burn Genie tokens. You burn your Genie tokens, you get your magic points, and you have access to the Bitcoin pool. You have two options to burn your Genie tokens. Immediately when claiming your token, you can burn your Genie tokens. So you burn your Genie tokens, you get magic points. If you claim your Genie tokens instead, or you buy off market, you have liquid Genie tokens. You can enter it by just going onto the website. It's called Burnlock. It's like a staking page, and you can exchange Genie tokens for magic points that way. But there's a 10% premium that you have to pay doing that. So it's not a one. If you just claim, it's a 1-for-1. If you have liquid Genie and go to the staking page called Burnlock, it's a 1 Genie. It's a 0.9 magic points to 1 Genie token. There's a 10% premium that you pay. So it's trying to push and incentivize people to burn immediately to get on the Magic Carpet ride, to get magic points, to have access to the 2028 Bitcoin halving reward pool. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, makes sense. Yeah. So and now another question is, does so if you just have liquid tokens, right? Either you have claimed them sometime before, or you bought them off the market, essentially. So there is a tax essentially to get these magic points. It starts with 10% initially at the beginning, and then it increases linearly to 100% till Bitcoin halving. So it's not like, okay, the tokens in 1 year or 2 year time, they're going to be probably way cheaper, but still the tax is going to be higher. So there's always going to be a tax essentially to enter the Magic Carpet.
Actually, yeah, that's a very good point to bring that up. And we introduced, if you have liquid, we introduced that to prevent any malicious actors, or there were certain vulnerabilities that could be exploited. So we introduced that because of that. And my dev came to me and said, this could be a problem, and this is a solution. I said, that's a great solution. Let's do it. So this was brought in via testing, but that's how it is. So yeah, if you want to stake, it's 10% on day one, and it's slowly goes down and down and down until the Bitcoin halving. But if you claim your tokens, there is zero premium. It's always a 1-for-1. So if you participate in miner or participate in auctions and you burn your tokens at the point of when you can claim, it's always 1-for-1.
Oh, okay. So this is either mining or even auction.
Correct. On mining and auction, when claiming tokens, it's always a 1-for-1 at the point of claiming if you decide to burn instead of just claiming liquid Genie.
Okay. I think I think I missed that point, but it's basically the same. So either auction or okay. So now another question, Steve. You mentioned when is 100% when you claim, is that also burned, or also there's this distribution here?
Right. So the buy and burn, 50%, when the buy and burn functions, 50% burn, 30% to the daily drip. 30% to the Genie treasury, 20% to the daily drip. So that's that you can swap the 30 and 20% around. But when you burn your Genie tokens, the same principle applies. 50% of those Genies is just sent to the burn address, no longer exists. So it's deflationary. 30% sent to the Genie treasury for perpetual auctions, and then 20% sent to the daily drip for daily bribes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just 1 second, so that I understand that correctly. So the burning here, where you get 1-to-1, there's still distribution to the daily drip and Genie treasury and Also, part of that gets burned, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. That's
let me just copy that and then just put it up here as well. It's it's okay. I don't know where to put it now, but I'm getting confused. Okay, okay. So not 100% gets burned, but they still distribution of it as well.
yeah. So the user will lose 100%, and it's distributed in the three ways:
Okay, okay,
burnt, treasury, drip.
okay, okay. But the user gets 100% of the magic points.
Exactly, a 1-to-1. One Genie tokens always equals 1 magic points when you claim, when you burn at the point of claiming.
Okay. It is yeah.
Oh, so Mackenzie just had a question. Also, if
Yes.
so, did you think for people who comes in the last minute and grab all the WBTC rewards when the time has come?
There is a
That's
tax, but in sorry, go ahead.
good question.
Uh,
And so if you have liquid Genie, if you have liquid Genie, on the only way to get magic points on day one from the staking page is you lose. It's a 10% premium you lose. So 1 Genie token equals 0.9 magic points. Now this is a linear. It goes down. So halfway to the Bitcoin halving, 1 Genie token is going to get you 0.5 magic points, and it goes all the way down to 0 at the Bitcoin halving. So that is to stop people just getting tons of Genie tokens and doing what Mackenzie said, just getting the whole pool.
Gotcha.
Instead, they're going to have to bring fresh ETH into the system, which populates the reward pool. And then when they claim, they can get 1-to-1.
Gotcha. So this other question here, I don't know if that's more or less the same, but Mackenzie says, let's say I made good gains and sold my Genie token. Is there a way to get points back after some time? Let's say by burning back from the market. I think you answered that as well, but
Yeah,
probably go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You can get Genie tokens from the market or the perpetual auction that goes on every day. So if you have your magic points, you've burnt your Genie tokens and now you have your magic points. If every day you're being bribed with Genie tokens, if you claim those Genie tokens, all those magic points are burnt. You get your Genie tokens, your magic points are burnt, no more access to the Bitcoin reward pool. Everyone else gets a higher share because your share has been burnt. Your magic points have been burnt. But you get in the place, you have the Genie tokens. So that's the gamified aspect of Bitcoin Genie.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Mm.
I think probably just so you can always get back to the magic carpet ride. And the way you can get
Yeah.
back to it is either through the auction or you bought it off the market. But if you bought it off the market, there's a tax. And the tax starts at 10% initially and goes to
Yes.
100% until Bitcoin halving.
Yeah. I call it a premium.
A
There's a
premium. Okay.
premium you pay
Yeah, yeah. You pay a
if you
premium.
stake with
Okay.
Liquid. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's game theory. It's to encourage people to enter via the auctions rather than just Liquid Genie. It's just a slight encouragement, and it's minimal to begin with, but it does increase, which
Mhm.
is also to stop a vulnerability. But that's why the premium increases too.
Okay, okay. Oh, that's great. So essentially, the premium 10% premium and 100% premium is 100% premium.
It will be the day before the Bitcoin halving, basically be 100% premium. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah.
okay.
But it starts at 10% on
Hmm.
day one of the protocol, and it's a very gradual because I'm like 2 years to the Bitcoin halving, very gradual.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Fair enough. So you can always get back to the margin carpet, right? If you sell your so okay, once you are in the margin carpet, right? There is this daily drip essentially, which is
Right.
a little bit like the patient incentive pool, but you can always exit in some ways, but can get back on it as well already. So let's say now you have you own the magic carpet, right? Now the daily drip. Let's talk a little bit about the daily drip. How that
Yes.
works.
Yes.
How does the daily drip get funded, first of all?
The daily drip is funded the same way as the treasury. So think back to Vault and the Vault treasury, how that was funded. The daily drip's funded the same way. So it's
Mhm.
almost like another treasury. So daily drip and the treasury. The treasury is for perpetual auctions. The daily
Mhm.
drip is for what we're going to talk about. So how's it funded? It's funded through the buy and burn. So 20% of the tokens that are brought from the Genie Titanex liquidity pool, 20% are placed into the daily drip. Then when anyone burns their Genie tokens for magic points to enter the magic carpet ride, 20% of those Genie tokens are placed into the daily drip.
Oh, it's 20%, not
20,
30.
yes, 20%. And then 30% to the Genie treasury.
Oh,
So
okay. Mhm.
that's how it's funded. And then every single day, I need to check. I think it's 10%. I think we landed on 10%, but a certain percentage, about 10% or so,
Mhm.
of the total supply of the daily drip is distributed to everyone who has magic points. They can't access it, but it's distributed to them. And every day it's going to accrue and accrue and accrue and accrue. And anytime they want, they can burn their magic points to collect all the accrued Genie tokens. And the purpose would be either maybe there's another protocol, want to use it in, or just to dump it in the liquidity pool. So the main purpose to claim would be, oh, the liquidity pool's getting thick, price has gone high, I'm going to claim my Genie tokens and dump them. That would be the reason. I can imagine, but it's a bribe. It's a daily bribe, and it's trying to get people off, knock people off the magic carpet.
Mhm.
And if they're knocked off the magic carpet, those magic points are burnt, and everyone who has rewards, magic points, gets more rewards. So this is the gamified aspect of Bitcoin Genie. It's a gamified utility. That is the core of the game. The utility is the collateral backing the reward pool gives to the Genie token, technically,
Mhm.
and the yield generation of the protocol. So daily drip, every day, magic point holders are bribed and the purpose is to try and knock them off the magic carpet. So they'll burn their magic points, take their Genie tokens, and everyone on the magic carpet then gets more. That's a kind of the last man standing game theory.
And
Except everyone standing at the end gets proportion of the war pool based on how much magic points they hold.
okay, okay. No, I think I think it's clear now. So the funding comes from I mean, okay, you call the premium. I named it the tax, but from either people entering the magic carpet ride, either through claiming or through liquid staking or liquid participation into the magic carpet ride, and 10% gets released every day to the magic carpet ride. And this is essentially the bribe for you, yeah, to bribe you to leave the magic carpet ride, essentially, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And
and
bear,
once,
yeah,
go ahead.
I was going to say, bear in mind too, the Genie token is cap supply after 10 days, but liquid supply isn't realized till day 40 because on day 40, that's the last time
Yeah.
a miner who delayed the gratification for a slight bonus gets to claim the tokens. So when they get to claim their tokens, that's going to populate the daily drip. It's going to populate the treasury. A lot is going to be burnt. So it's going to be very interesting how it's just an interesting mechanic when you think about it, because a lot of the value of people are going to be claiming on day 30 to day 40 of the protocol, because that's the max miners, which is the biggest bonus.
Hmm.
And if they decide to enter the magic carpet ride, all their tokens are either burnt, filling the treasury, going to the daily drip. So the daily drip can suddenly get on those days, it could get really high potentially, but
Mhm.
which is more bribes for everyone.
Okay,
Yeah.
but essentially, when you forfeit your points, your magic points, you get part of whatever is in that daily in that pool, essentially in the daily drip pool, or like in the sorry, not in the daily drip pool, but whatever is in the magic carpet ride pool, essentially, right?
Yes. Yes. So you're going to be able to see, and the front end's done. You
Hmm.
can look at the front end, and I've made a video of the front end that you'll see on the white paper
Hmm.
when it propagates. You get that so if you have 50% of the magic points, you get 50% of the daily drip every single day. And to claim that daily drip, you'll see how much it is, see how many tokens there are.
Hmm.
You can claim any time, but you forfeit every single magic point.
Okay,
You can't
but
claim half. You can't claim 20. You claim it
okay,
all. It's all or nothing. You're all in for the Bitcoin halving, or you claim it. Or you're going to claim all your accrued Genie tokens and burn
mhm.
all your magic points.
Okay, but the thing is, I might have 50% today, and tomorrow, let's say I have, as an example, 10% of the pool today,
Mm.
and tomorrow I only have 5%.
Yeah. So,
Does it calculate every day?
yeah. So, if today you have 50%, you're going to get 50% of those tokens to your account.
Yes.
The next day you only have 5%. You're going to get 5% of that what is distributed that day to your account, but you're not going to
Okay.
lose what you had in the past. What you had in the past
Okay.
always remains.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like, so
Yeah.
the calculation is essentially every day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Because I thought it's like whatever percentage you have at the time.
Got you.
Okay, but
Got you. No, it's not that.
it's
It's not
calculated
that.
every day.
Yeah. So people who stake early, that's another part of the game theory. People who stake early without um, mining for delayed gratification. Maybe they do a 1-day miner, they stake, they burn their
Mhm.
tokens, get magic points. They might have a large amount of the daily drip. They're always, and that is accrued forever in their account until they decide to burn.
I
And
see.
it's
Okay.
also a way to lock up tokens
Hmm.
because, if they don't burn, the tokens are locked up because, I might enter, I'm going to enter
Hmm.
and I want to stay to the Bitcoin halving. All the Genie tokens that I accrue are technically locked up out of supply. So it's another interesting, it's like, what choices are people going to make? It's the gamified aspect. Yeah.
Fair enough. No, I think it's this is good. I think so. Essentially, like every day, w- the calculation happens every day. So that's good then, because if I have a big share today, I cannot be diluted tomorrow. Essentially, if the daily drip came today, I will have 5% of that daily drip on that day. Essentially,
100%.
gotcha.
100%. And,
Mhm.
it's like there's a protocol called drip. And,
Okay.
that's probably where that came from in my mind.
Hmm.
And this is way different than drip because drip is inflation. Every single Genie token is from the cap supply. But it is a drip. It is a daily drip. It happens daily.
Okay,
It's accrued
gotcha.
consistently. Yeah.
Gotcha. So Mackenzie is asking, what will be the daily drip, Genie or something else? No, Genie. Okay, but
Exactly.
Mackenzie,
The daily drip is Genie token.
yes.
The reward pool is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Titanx.
Mhm. And the Ethereum is from two places. One, the
Mm.
888 pool, and then the LP, which is gonna be the Titanix ETH pool, essentially, right?
Exactly. So that reward pool, in essence, the Titanx and the ETH, is stored, let's say, in a full range V3 with Titanx Ethereum in an actual liquidity pool.
Gotcha.
So if Titanx goes up like crazy, there's going to be more ETH in that pool and less Titanx. And if Titanx goes down, you're going to have more Titanx, more ETH. So we don't know how much you're going to get until the 2028 Bitcoin halving.
Cool, cool. All right.
Yeah.
That's clear. So now, regarding here the Genie reward pool, which is the wrap BTC, right? And that
Mm,
is going to be released in the 28 Bitcoin halving. Um,
exactly.
all right. So I think that's also clear. Um, so how is how is the distribution going to be on that day? So one thing I think here, Mackenzie was saying, I hear the only problem is after 2028, Genie without rewards, etc., cannot hold its value, in my opinion.
100%. 100%.
So
So
basically, that's the end. And but there's a lot of those tokens on the market.
exactly. So the protocol is designed for an end date. So it's marketed as a known end date at the 2028 Bitcoin halving. So you do at the 2028 Bitcoin halving get all those Genie tokens, but not everyone is going to be able to sell them into the liquidity pool. So if the liquidity pool between Titanex and Genie was big, a few weeks before, someone could potentially just exit, but the reward is, I mean, you get your Genie tokens and maybe something can be used with them or something, but the aim isn't to wait to get your Genie tokens at the 2028 Bitcoin halving. It's the Bitcoin, it's the Ethereum, and it's the Titan X, because 60% of the value in the protocol in the first 10 days goes into this Bitcoin reward pool. 70% of the protocol value that comes in on day 11 onwards goes into this reward pool. So the value, the point is the value in the protocol is in the reward pool, is the collateral. It's collateral that's in some way backing the Genie token, because to get access to this reward pool, you have to have the Genie token and burn it. But when you burn it, 30% is going back on the market in this perpetual auction system to
Got
encourage more value back in. But most of the value, like in Vault, 90% of the value went into the buy and burn.
Mhm.
When the buy and burn runs out, all you have is the liquidity pool and the token. In Bitcoin Genie, it's different. I didn't want to create something like that. It's different. It's a reward. It's a collateral backing, and value in the reward pool is even more, should be more than the value in the protocol because of the LPs generated.
Gotcha.
So that's the thing of Bitcoin Genie, is trying to make it a game with utility. So when I enter Bitcoin Genie, at least I'm safe in the knowledge that 70% of my value, 60 to 70% of the value is in the reward pool, in the system, is backing the token in a way.
Mhm.
And then I can decide what to do from there.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought probably like one thing I was just thinking right now, but obviously this is not part of the thing, is what if on the end basically you just get the the Genie tokens will be burned. I mean, I said that earlier. That would have been probably uh, somewhat something to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah, would have been probably funny as well to just, once you waited the whole way, okay, you're gonna get the ETH, you're gonna get the BTC,
Yeah.
but the Genie tokens will be burned. So the
Yeah.
rest, what's on the market, will just be more valuable, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's,
So
it's
another question, Steve. Andrew CHK is asking, can I leave my mine tokens unclaimed if I want to decide burn claim later?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's actually that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, absolutely. There's no penalties. Just like Vault, you could keep Vault forever. You still have Vault. I still got some unclaimed, but
Hmm.
like, yeah, you can claim it whenever you want, and that's actually a smart move, because you can just. That's actually not. That's smart. That's smart game theory, isn't it? But
Yeah,
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 you can leave
you
your
can
mic
wait and
tokens
see what
unclaimed.
makes sense, right?
Yeah, at least it gives you the option, doesn't it? It gives you more
Yeah,
option. It gives you more optionality. But on the downside, if you're not holding magic points, you don't accrue the Genie
a daily
tokens.
drip.
So yeah, from the daily drip. So that is the what you lose by doing that.
Right. All right. Yeah, well, I guess Steve, you thought about everything, eh?
Yeah, it's creating something. I wanted to create something with value, different with collateral backing. I like Jupiter on Solana, and I like the collateral backing that token has.
Mm-hmm.
It creates yield from its perp utility.
Mm-hmm.
The yield from this is created through the LP, the full range V3, and yeah. So does Bitcoin Genie help Vault? So this is what at the beginning. This is one of the points I said at the beginning is every protocol you look at what a user brings, value user brings in, and how value exits. I want to create protocols where the user is put first, so their value is respected, and every value possible that the user brings in is not leaking, burning these random tokens. Titanx and Vault is burnt by the yield. So the yield that the Titanx Ethereum LP pool produces, which can be quite high on an exotic pair like that, it can be quite high. Like even 100% annually, 1,000%. It can be a annual APR. You know, right? I haven't checked recently. Like a couple of months ago, when I checked, it was like 25%, 30%, but it can be quite high. And the yield that full range LP between Titanx and Ethereum yields produces, 20% is staked of that type. The yield, the Ethereum yield goes and increases the pool. 20% of the Titanx yield is staked to access the Ethereum in the Titanx reward pool. 20% buys Vault and sends it right to Treasure Vault. And 60% is going to burn Genie token. So there's a perpetual bid until the Bitcoin halving, a perpetual bid on Vault and Titanx. Well, the bid is on Titanx is staked, but there's a perpetual bid on Vault.
Yeah, yeah. So there's Vault and Genie essentially. All right. So I think we went through the whole mechanics now, and 8% of the ETH coming in will be going to the Aladdin's Gold affiliate.
Yes.
So
This is gamified affiliate program to help the protocol to have fun. If you like the protocol, you can recommend it to your friends and be rewarded, because 8%, every dollar you bring in through your affiliate link, you get 1 Aladdin gold point. And every 7 days, there's a reward pool which holds 8% of the protocol value, and that is distributed proportionately to gold point holders. And to make it competitive, there is every 7 days, there's a 30% increase in how many gold points you get. So on day 1 to 7, $1 in the protocol, you get 1 gold point. On day 8, $1 in gets you 1.3 gold points. So this is to make it competitive to new affiliates and new people coming in. But so yeah, that's the Aladdin's Gold affiliate. It's a gamified affiliate program. 8% of the protocol value goes into a reward pool, paid out every 7 days, distributed proportionally to how many gold points you hold. So if you have you can do it for your own. So it's decentralized. You can just do it with your own value in to get the points. I mean, why not?
and how do you create this? I mean, I could have just pasted my link here already, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what I want. That's exactly the
Did I
heart
just miss that?
to introduce to people, because if people like the protocol, why not benefit from liking it? You get 8% of the value that you bring in, so it's kind of cool. And you know, we're doing. I mean, Bitcoin. We can market this to the Bitcoin community really easily, and there's tons of things that I can do with this protocol, like Bitcoin Magazine. I can get in Bitcoin Magazine. I got this whole list of
Hmm.
people that I can, of magazines, of podcasts, of of um of people that would be kind of interested in something like this. And even if I pay them for a KOL, they can. I'm still going to say use it for your affiliate, because if I get a KOL and then they bring loads of people in, they might start posting the Bitcoin Genie link, without me having to pay them for a KOL, because that's KOL is what people do, right?
Yep.
And Eric's the king of KOL in Titan X. He's the king. So, but I'm gonna. I
So Steve,
love the
just
marketing.
just in short, can you create the link for me now?
Oh man,
Start
I
shilling.
can't create it now until the protocol goes live. Do it on
Okay,
mainnet.
I'm
No.
all good, man.
Oh, brilliant.
Fantastic. All right. So let me, okay, let me see if I understood that correctly. So every week, there's gonna be the payout pool to the affiliates,
Yes.
and it's gonna be a pool, and depending how much affiliate points you have, you're gonna get proportionally whatever is in that pool.
100%. So
So
if
now
someone
after 7 days, like, I didn't understand about this, after the 7 days is
right, so gold points are with you forever, and
okay.
you're eligible for every single reward pool going forward. But
Mm-hmm.
every 7 days there is inflation, so you
Okay,
get slightly diluted. Your gold points get diluted because day 1 to 7, $1 in equals 1 gold point. On day
gotcha.
8, $1 in equals 1.3 gold points.
Oh, I see.
And the
Okay.
purpose is to encourage consistent advertising
Okay.
and
Okay.
not
So every
to.
7 days, 35%. Is it 35%, or what's the percentage again?
It's like a 30%.
30%. Sorry.
Yeah, like inflation
Oh,
on the
okay.
gold points. Um, but this is a gamified affiliate program.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reward pool. It's interesting because even value, I mean, you could technically get more than 8%. I mean, you shouldn't get less than 8%. If, let's say, whatever you bring in, you
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't get less than 8% just because of maths. But you might even get more than 8% because if lots of people come in the protocol
Yep.
and don't have an affiliate above them
Mm-hmm.
who brought them into the protocol, their value in their 8% of their value in still goes into this Aladdin Gold affiliate program.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. And if it does get large, it's gonna even encourage more people to try and get affiliates, you know.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I gotcha. All right. So essentially, it's just like for the people who are in on the first week, it's so that they just don't get, yeah, they just don't stay powerful the whole time, essentially, right?
100%
Yeah.
because of the way the protocol acts, and it is a deflationary coin. Genie is
Mhm.
a cap supply deflationary coin. We don't want first affiliates in the first week to just drown out everyone else in the future. But instead,
Gotcha.
they can be consistent with their affiliate promotion to
Gotcha.
encourage people in because because GD token is going to get rarer and rarer and rarer.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah. I mean, as it's definitely on Touch Sneaks Hub, you're gonna see one big
oh yeah,
one big
that's true.
banner.
that's that's true. That's true. And yeah, Rod might want to do something too with you. Yeah, I mean, this is what I want. This is exactly what I want. And I've got a good list, a great list of. And when I promote it, I'm not going to put an affiliate link in. I want this affiliate to be big.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've got some promotions lined up, but
Mm.
I want, yeah. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be
All right.
interesting.
Yeah. No, that's definitely interesting. I think I like this
That
affiliate
is one of
reward.
the deep things of the protocol. It's a gamified affiliate program.
Mhm.
I've not seen this done in crypto.
Yeah, I haven't
Maybe
seen it
it is.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I like the way the inflation works essentially, because
Mm,
then at least not every 7 days, like you're just gonna get diluted in some ways if new people come in. So
yes,
yeah.
absolutely. And
Mm,
it's fair too, because in a month's time, $1 will get you a lot less Genie tokens than the first day.
yeah,
So, it's a fair, it's a fair way to do it.
it's a fair way. All right. So now, I mean, there were some more points, I'm think, but I think we've covered all the main points from my point of view. Another thing, I'm not so sure you want to start mentioning it already. It's I took it away because I thought it's going to be too much for today. There is some community gifts. I'm not sure. Do you want to talk about that as well already, or is that a bit too much now?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Community gifts. So just really, it's really quick. It's on the white paper. DNS is still propagating. I'm going to drop it everywhere after the call. Everyone can see the white paper that Abraham Lincoln has said it's the best white paper ever. So yeah, the white paper is beautiful. I put so much time into it. There's videos, there's images, there's infographics. It's beautiful. Love to get people's feedback on the white paper. So there's gifts to the Genie community. The gifts is the first one is called Wish. It's a protocol called Wish. It's basically a vault fork for Genie. It's going to be released on day 11, right after the mining protocol. So it's just another place that Genie can be used. A bit of fun. We know what happens with vault forks. It's just a straight buy and burn meme circus. Whatever happens, but it's just there as an additional avenue that Genie tokens can go into to burn more Genie tokens. And the more Genie tokens that are burnt, the more value the protocol becomes. So Wish, it's front end done. It's all done actually. Wish is ready to launch, but that will be launched on day 11. Day 11 of the protocol, Wish. The second gift.
Okay, but hold on, hold on. The
Oh,
wish now. Let's stay a wish.
oh
It's
yeah,
the Vault fork built on Genie. So you
yeah,
need Genie tokens to participate in Wish.
exactly. It's just exactly the same as Vault, but instead of Titan X, you have Genie. So the liquidity pool is Genie, Wish, Genie. So
Oh,
it's just
okay.
the same thing that had. Maybe I don't know the appetite for that type of protocol, but it's just going to be launched and recognized as a circus bit of fun. But it's there, and it's just an extra thing that is in the white paper that is already to launch, but be launched at day 11. Yeah.
All right. So, okay. So there's gonna be the liquidity pool is Genie Wish.
Yes.
So
That's right.
you're gonna have whatever like Vault. So I think the distribution was what 10-day distribution.
It'd be It'd be the same as Turbo, so it'd be an 8-day distribution. So it's just a
Okay.
Turbo fork, basically, but similar to Vault. It's basically the same as Vault with an 8-day distribution. So
Okay.
yeah, and it comes out on day 11 on purpose
Mm-hmm.
because it's just more interesting because everyone who delayed their gratification can't participate on day 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just going to be interesting. It's just there, and it's going to exist as a meme protocol, but it's a gift. No one needs to participate. The main protocol is Bitcoin Genie. There's just an extra thing that tagging on the end,
Mm-hmm.
because it's so easy to make and do. And yeah, Wish. Do you want the next one?
Oh, we have Rob.
We got Rub. So Rub is going to be released probably day 40, between day 40 and 50. It's basically just going to be a meme coin airdrop to everyone who holds Genie tokens. So the interesting thing, I mean, it helps the protocol because you're going to have liquid Genie tokens to get Rub. So
Mhm.
it's just for those who hold their Genie tokens. There'll be an exact day, we'll give the exact day that the snapshot will take place. It's going to be after day 40, just because that's when all the supply is now realized. Everyone's had the opportunity to claim their miner. because the miners are either a 1 day miner or 15 to 30 day miner. So everyone's claimed their miner by day 40. And then we can just take a snapshot and it'll be very clear. There's not going to be secret snapshot. It's very clear. This exact time. So everyone can play the games they want to do and just buy up Genie tokens, do whatever they want to do. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a snapshot. It's going to be 50% of the token will be airdropped, then 50% just placed in the liquidity pool on base. And the liquidity wallet, I had 20,000, but we'll just see how much the liquidity wallet has and then just create a liquidity pool from the liquidity wallet. And it will be Rub. It'll probably be, if it's on base, it's probably going to have to be X28.
Rob X, okay.
It'd be something like that. I'm just thinking Titan X, but I guess it has to be X28 or something like that. But it'd be Rub something, and yeah, probably X28, or if there's anything else, and then that's it. That's Rub. That's just a free airdrop, basically, a free airdrop meme coin. So we've got Wish, we got Rub. They're like two, we call it gifts to Genie.
So free airdrop, essentially, right?
Yeah, there's just someone asked Steve, any confirmed builders for Saturday's stream? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that's going to be on this Saturday, but I'm definitely going to get with Chiz and anyone else who wants to get on, and maybe start up the old Titan X in Unity, the DeFi and Unity thing we used to do. And whether we start this as Saturday or next Saturday, it'd be good, because with Chiz, I always have good talks with Chiz. He's really smart, and he's delving in all sorts of DeFi. He's on Sonic right now. I'd love to hear what he's up to. And yeah, it was, and wanted this Titan X in Unity stream. It was Chiz's idea. Chiz on Twitter today suggested it. I thought that's a great idea. A Titan X in Unity to catch up with everyone. Yeah,
absolutely.
But yeah, Bitcoin Genie, the gifts. So that's just a question. But Bitcoin Genie, Wish and Rub.
So we have Wish, which is the token. Yeah. So the Wish is going to be on Ethereum, and it's essentially 8-day distribution, Vault, fork, and you need, as the input token is going to be Genie.
That's right.
Yeah, and the Rub, which is a free airdrop there's going to be a snapshot to all the Wish holder, Genie holder, right?
That is absolutely correct. Everyone who holds Genie token there'll be a snapshot on chain, and they can just
okay, but if you have it staked, then you're not holding in it, essentially.
Exactly. If you have magic, that's because there is a little bit of game theory too, and that is the game theory, really. So yeah, if you have it staked,
you're not holding.
You're not. Yeah, you're not holding. Exactly.
All right. Okay, I see. Fantastic. All right. So 50% free airdrop with magic. Hold on. Here it says all participants with magic points.
Oh, it's just a mistake. It's a typo. It's meant to be Genie. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's from the white paper. So probably that's.
I mean, we could have a vote. I mean, we could either for magic. It's better for Genie tokens, though.
Yeah. I think probably better for Genie tokens. With Genie tokens. All right. Okay. I mean, I think that's pretty much it. We went through everything. Or did I miss anything from the? I think the only thing was the community gives.
Just in summary, Bitcoin Genie, it's a reward protocol where the rewards are paid out at the 2028 Bitcoin halving. And to enter the reward pool, you burn your Genie tokens. But the protocol contract is trying to bribe you off that magic carpet ride. So you burn your Genie tokens for the daily drip of Genie token. So that's it's simple with some interesting, things thrown in.
Fantastic. Yeah, Steve. I think, I mean, I don't know if you want to go through it again, like just in the quick form, or if people understand the
summary. Absolutely. So so Bitcoin Genie, reward protocol, there's a 10-day mining. You use ETH to mine for Genie tokens. You can do a 1-day miner or a 15 to 30-day miner, where you get a bonus from 2% to 32%, just a slight bonus. 10 days of mining. Every day, $1, day one, $1 equals 1 Genie token. And the mining increase is just 5% a day. So the next day, $1.20 equals 1 Genie token. It's just 5% daily for 10 days. Mining 10 days. Opportunity for delayed gratification. Most of the value goes into the reward pool because Bitcoin Genie is a collateral-based yield generation protocol. From day 11, 70% of value in goes into the reward pool. From day 11, so after 10 days, supply is capped, mining finishes, and day 11, perpetual auction system starts. Perpetual, because Genie token is a deflationary token. It's a cap supply after 10 days and then deflationary. On day 11, 70% of the value goes into the reward pool. Half that into a Titanex Ethereum pool, which generates yield to be used to help the protocol, to burn Titanex, to burn Vault, to stake Titanex, to burn Vault, to burn Genie. It's and that's the auction every day onward. The key decision is the gamified aspect. The utility aspect is perpetual yield, collateral based. The Genie token is backed by the reward pool, which is claimed at the 2028 Bitcoin halving when the protocol ends. There's an exact end date to the protocol. The key decision is when you claim your Genie tokens. You've entered the mining or your auction. When you claim, you have the option either to claim liquid Genie or burn 100% of your Genie for magic points. And those magic points give you access to the Bitcoin reward pool. At Bitcoin halving, the reward pool is Bitcoin, Titanex, Ethereum rewards. To enter that rewards, you need magic points, which you can only get by burning. So on the point of claim, you can claim your Genie tokens, burn 100% of your Genie tokens to get magic points. When you get rid of your Genie tokens for magic points, 50% are destroyed. 30% populates the perpetual auction system. 20% goes into the daily drip. Now, the daily drip is a contract which every day it's sending 10% of the value of the daily drip distributed to all magic point holders who are on the magic carpet ride, Genie tokens. And they're trying to bribe you to get off the magic carpet ride. You get off the magic carpet ride by burning your magic points, and then you receive all the accrued Genie tokens. If you do that, you lose access to the reward pool of the 2028 Bitcoin halving, and everyone who holds magic points now gets a bigger share because you burnt yours. So that's there's two key decision points. At the point of claim, liquid Genie, burn for magic points. And then the second decision point in Bitcoin Genie is, if you have magic points, are you going to keep your focus on the Bitcoin halving reward pool, or jump off the magic carpet ride, accept the bribe, burn your magic points, and receive all the Genie tokens? That is the key. Other key aspects would be the DAO, which is a tokenomic adjustment of rewards, whether you want more in Bitcoin rewards or more Titanex Ethereum rewards. Magic point holders can vote monthly to determine that. So users of the protocol decide the flavor of the tokenomics. And they can decide, if they're on the magic carpet ride, they can decide what they get at the reward pool. The second interesting thing is Aladdin's gold affiliate. So 8% of protocol value goes into an affiliate program called the Aladdin Gold Affiliate, which is a reward pool every 7 days given to people who click your link and enter the protocol. $1 equals 1 gold point, and it's distributed every single week. So that is Bitcoin Genie. It's a reward pool protocol on steroids issued at the Bitcoin halving. There's one massive reward pool at the Bitcoin halving. It's a incredibly interesting protocol. I love your feedback. Write in the chats what you think of Bitcoin Genie. Give me a message, Twitter, Telegram. Love to hear. Thank you, guys.
Fantastic. All right, Steve. Yeah, thank you for joining in today. We have the first stream for the Bitcoin Genie white paper, and I guess you're going to release the white paper as well for people to read. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm just sorting the DNS and then I'll release that.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, sounds good. All right, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If there's, I think so far, let me just scroll up if I see any questions. Mo is saying just got home. Shout outs to Steve. Yeah, shout out to you, Mo. Good evening, fam. This is the one I think you mentioned earlier, right, Steve? Any confirmed billers for Saturday stream? I think you.
Yeah, we talked about that. I'm not 100% exactly if it's going to be this Saturday, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna sort it out.
Got you. And then here, Dinesh says, what is the percentage revenue by the team?
Good question. Genesis wallet is 4%.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that earlier as well, which is 4% here, as you can see. And so I'm probably just one last question before we go, right? I mean, I'm seeing here the cost is $400. Like, but is the cost really $400 or it's just like ETH? Like,
good question.
More or less $400 on that day.
Yeah. So one miner in full power is $400, which is one Genie token for $1. But you can have half power, 25%, 1 to 100. So you can have like $4 minimum. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's exactly the same mining principle that Titan X uses. So there's no confusion. You can,
but the cost is actually in ETH per se, right?
It's actually in dollars. So the value of ETH doesn't matter.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. So the value of ETH doesn't matter. It's all in dollars. The mining is all in dollars.
Okay.
So if ETH does a 3x, you just get, it's still priced in dollars. It's not priced in ETH. It's not like
it's all priced in dollars, not in ETH.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question.
All right. Okay. So I think this is essentially the first one which does directly in dollars, essentially, right? So I guess you have like an oracle asking the price of ETH, and then just convert that for the ETH, for the dollar price.
Yes, exactly. We're using an oracle to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Slim is saying, I'm definitely going to have to read this white paper more than once. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I hope the stream helped a little bit with the drawings. For me, I guess it's somewhat clear because, well, I mean, I have to spend the time reading the white paper and do the drawing. So I guess I get the benefit of going through that quite a bit. But yeah, nevertheless, Steve, thank you for passing by. This was pretty interesting. Let's see how this turns out. When launch, sir? I guess that's the last question.
Great question. So everyone knows code is done, front end is done. Testing, first stage testing is done. So we're entering audits in days. Be 3 auditors auditing, more testing, and then I always hire another auditor, someone at the end that does like more testing and then verifies the contracts on chain. So launch, I'm not going to say a date, 1 month, 2 month,
Hmm.
something like that.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, they still, if there's gonna be some minor changes, you can still do them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We can do some tweaks if necessary. But the tweaks will probably just be allocations.
Gotcha.
If you know.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, one thing could be burning the Genie tokens at the end directly.
Yes, yes, it was like that originally, but
Really? Yeah.
yeah, it was like that originally, but we changed it.
Okay.
So
What was the thought process? Maybe
the reason was so when people look at their reward pool, there it would they it's just so they'd have more rewards. They get their Genie tokens too.
the Genie tokens. Okay. Okay.
But yeah, burning them could be a good call.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
be
It's
good.
just at the end essentially, because I mean it's
Yeah,
gonna be the end anyway. So
yeah,
burning them, and then whatever is left, essentially, that's the only thing which trades then.
yeah, yeah, and it might encourage more people to claim their Genie tokens if it's a lot, before to give people more.
Yeah, yeah, because then they can be like, okay, I'm gonna exit before, because then I can keep my tokens.
Yes.
So maybe that could be like like a minor change which could make it even more interesting.
Yeah, yeah. It's something to think about, man. Thank you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because then at least then there's only going to be so much. There's not going to be a lot of left on the market. So it's going to just somewhat trade essentially. But anyhow, very interesting, Steve. Yeah, let's see how this turns out, and talk to you then. And thank you for listening in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, let me know on Twitter, or let know Steve. Please join the the, the Telegram. I don't have the link here directly, but if you go to Steve DeFi Twitter account, you're gonna see there must be a link somewhere there to join the Telegram, or go to titanicsup.com, scroll down to Genie, and you're gonna see there a link for that as well.
Brilliant.
Thanks for listening. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.